Okay, the draft is starting, and I'm thinking I have to adjust my webcam since it's a little bit covering too much heroes. Okay, let me make a little bit smaller. Yeah, so the storm draft is not quite caster friendly, and we can see Team Tinypool banned Falstad, and the Crocodocs were banning ETC, so they are just wanting to deny some of the potential tanks for this match. And they are first picking Johanna here. And they're really focusing on the tank pick here. And Team Tinypool is going for the Mirrodin and the Morphirion. So they wanted to make sure they have a safe tank before the next ban rotation starting. And yeah, of course, taking the Morphirion is a really good healer. So you are perfectly set up for every comp you want to play. It's not really showing what they're gonna do on the map. And Crocodocs are picking up the Brightwing, and I really like the choice because you have some of the globals, but don't forget the globals already got a little bit nerfed. I think it was like 10 seconds. And yeah, they're picking up the Li Ming for a really good range assassin. I really like her on the map because she can really she's really good in poking when the tribute is up, and she can deny a lot of channeling. So Team Tinypool banned here the Tyrael, and to deny some of the sanctification. And the Crocodocs are banning the Dehaka and denying some of the global presence. And yeah, now you can see why Team Tinypool banned the Tyrael, because they are going for a crazy burst comp with the Jaina and the Zeratul. And we are gonna see some of this White Prism and into Ring of the Frost, I think. Let's see if this works out for them. Alright, the Crocodocs are now picking the Xul here to have some push potential and a really good wave clear. Maybe they want to let him split push or something like that. Okay, I invite you to the... And they're picking up the Tychus, and they have really good range assassins here. I really like the choice because Tychus is with his grenade, can do a lot of burst damage, and can also be is good on a solo lane. Yeah, and he's one of the strongest range assassin right now. With his trait, he can burn the Mirrodin really easily.
Especially if Mirrodin goes for Avatar as well, you get an incredible amount of value out of that minigun trait. Perhaps he's trying to control the heroic picks of the enemy team by counter-picking as best they can.
Alright, and Team Tinypool is taking the Arthurs, and yeah, now you get... Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the first game. We have Team Tinypool on the left side, and we're having Crisinio on the Malfurion, Killswitch on the Jaina, Alfanda on Mirrodin, Marcus on Arthurs, and Seraphine on Zeratul.
The battle begins.
Over on the other side of the map, we have Amiria on Li Ming, got Shiny on Zul,
5, 4, 3.
Miss Gunst on Brightwing, CM Kev on Tychus, and Cadolec on Johanna.
Yeah, and let's see what the teams are doing in the first place. I kind of want to board a little bit and checking out if everyone is in the middle.
Yeah, both teams gone 5 mid, hoping to get that early game pick. Got Arthas roaming down to the bottom lane with Zeratul and Malfurion going top.
And they're giving up the 5 men here in the middle.
Understandable. On a map this size, you want to get to the far lanes as quickly as possible so you don't miss out on that early game soak.
Yeah, sure, and you don't want to miss the XP. And you can see that Team Tiny Pool has a little bit of XP advantage right now. So yeah, it was a better choice for them here. Some rotations going on here for the teams, and it maybe looks like the Crocodocs are doing a little bit of an... No, don't think they're gonna do a mid-bot rotation.
Got Brightwing solo in the bottom lane, not the strongest wave clear in the game, but should be able to hold her own for the time being at least.
Yeah, I think he can work out against the Arthurs, and he has some decent wave clear with his E.
Yeah. Team Crocodocs got a couple of early game towers here that should help even
really,
out the XP deficit.
A really nice pushing here in the middle, and getting that's a kind of value. That's really strong in the first place, and now they're a little bit ahead of XP, and they're getting the level 4 slightly a little bit earlier. Zeratul meanwhile on the top lane because Malfurion and Jaina taking the camp, and it's just right on time because you have like at least 20 more seconds before the first tribute is spawning.
Yep. The first tribute normally spawns between the 2.5 and 3 minute mark. Team Crocodocs have responded in kind, capturing the siege giants on their side of the map.
Yeah, and let's see which team got more lucky. The tribute is waiting. Oh, there it is. Yeah, and now you can see that the Crocodocs are kind of lucky, because either way they have to let the Arthurs sometime on the bot lane clear out the camp, or you're going just for the tribute, and it looks like they are wanting to de-push the siege chains and letting the tribute on the top lane go. But yeah, Malfurion can easily poke with the Moonfire a bit, but the Crocodocs are taking the first tribute right now.
First tribute of the game, nice to have, but by no means a game winner in and of itself.
No, definitely not. But yeah, it's kind of a bit, and you didn't lose so much of the XP, and that's we got it going for you.
Crocodocs just about maintaining the XP lead, still pushing hard in the middle lane, only Murray in there to defend.
And they're taking down the fountain, and that's really nice, because if you don't have the fountain in the middle, you can't tap that well. And if there's a tribute is spawning next to the middle, Team Tentapool will have a hard time here.
Yeah, Arthur's getting a little brave against that Brightwing in the bottom lane. He doesn't have a great deal of health left. Brightwing not going to burst anyone down anytime soon, but there is some poke that you need to be very wary of.
Yeah, definitely. But Xul doesn't want to push that lane so hard, I think. He's just hiding in the bushes a bit.
Yeah, you don't want to be caught on those Malfurion routes should Zeratul roam up to your position.
Yeah, you never know.
Could be anywhere. Second tribute spawning bottom right. Crocodocs capturing the Bruise the camp.
Yeah, that's really nice timing.
Their side of the map. That timing's worked out really well for them. Will they be able to translate that into an advantage? for the duration of this tribute. Muradin just missed his Stormbolt again, forced to disengage from that Tychus minigun. Zul taken down by the Blizzard.
Yeah, he was really caught out of position, and the root just did the thing. And Jonna trying to zone now out here, but Tychus is doing...
Zeratul to make himself known. Muradin diving deep, picks up the kill on Tychus.
Yeah, and the teamfight potential for Team Tinypool is really great here. Taking down Xul with the root, and taking down the Tychus because they have so much damage on the Jaina and the Zeratul. Oh, but the camp is pushing in the middle and taking some shots off of the fort.
Yeah, the fort probably will be saved, but it's going to feel the effects of that mercenary push.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, Malfurion going for cleanse instead of the mule at level 7 means that damage is going to stick.
Not sure. Yeah, you definitely want to cleanse the Bone Prism of Xul.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you should go for the cleanse. I think this was a nice decision. But the Crocodocs are doing some little pressure on the mid fort, but they won't get it now.
Arthur still laning against Brightwing in the bottom lane. Brightwing appears to be able to out-sustain the Arthur's damage, but the third tribute has just spawned bottom left of the map, Brightwing teleporting in on the Muradin.
Yeah, for now, the positioning of the Crocodocs is looking really good, and Zeratul is just poking a little bit. Arthas is coming in, going deep, takes some huge damage, and he will fall to the Tychus. Yeah, you can't really contest the tribute right now, and yeah,
no.
Crocodocs are taking it.
Especially with Team Tinypool coming at the tribute from opposite sides of the map. They're already split going into the fight. They were always up against it.
Yeah, definitely, and they're taking now the level 10, and we see the Dragon Laser for Tychus, Link here for the Brightwing, and the Skeleton Mages for Xul. Best shield for Johanna, and Li Ming is not quite sure what you want to do, with, because you don't really want to do disintegrate, because you're rooted for like 2 to 3 seconds.
2 or 3 seconds, yeah. It
can be crucial for you, especially when Jaina is putting down a blizzard or something like that.
Zeratul's rotated down to Brightwing. He and Arthur's tried to burst her down, but didn't quite get their damage out.
Yeah,
See, Li Ming has gone for Wave of Force. If you're looking to disrupt a channeled heroic ability, that's the one you want to go for.
Yeah, and I really like the choice here, but I think she should go for the Calamity build here then. But she just picked up the Orb Talents here. But if you're going for the Tarasha then on level 20, you're getting a lot of value.
4th tribute spawning top left-hand side of the map. See Crocodocs hiding in force in the maps, then opened up on Jaina. Bone Prison goes down, absolutely deleted from the game.
Yeah, and that's the winning condition of the Crocodocs here. If the Xul can land a really good Bone Prison, now the follow-up can be really damage your life. And yeah, we're seeing Jaina going down here, and the curse is up for the Crocodocs. And let's see what they can do. We're probably taking the top fort, but can they do more is a question here.
Yeah, Team Tinypool had no other option but to disengage after they lost Jaina and going into that objective. Curse is in favour of Team Crocodocs. Let's see if they can make the most of it by pushing as many lanes as they can, as hard as they can.
Yeah, and Xul is kind of in a little bit of an out position here. If Team Tinypool wants to get him, they should, I think.
Yeah, Malfurion roots into the Blizzard. Skeleton Mage is going down for the slow. He's made it out by the skin of his teeth, brightly teleporting in. They managed to melt down the enemy team's Muradin. Syndragos are coming out from Arthas.
Now we're seeing the cover from Team Tinypool, yeah, and it will hit the Li Ming.
Johanna just missed her Blessed Shield there. Tychus chasing down Zeratul. He's eliminated. It's a complete party wipe.
Yeah,
team kill.
And now we see them, Team Crocodocs, as taking a 2-level lead here, and they will take down a keep, I think.
Yeah, Curse is just about over, but they have a strong enough minion push to perhaps...
Yeah, and they're backing up now. I think this was a good choice, because the minions will take down the 4 anyways.
Yeah, keeps gone. Crocodocs looking incredibly dominant right now.
Yeah, and after the second tribute, I thought, okay, the Jaina and Zeratul comp is really strong here. They're bursting down some of the members of the team. But yeah, it changed really when they got the heroic talents. And now you can see that they're with a 2-level lead. They're going to rush the game here. But yeah, both bosses taken on both sides.
Yep. I suppose the decision now is to push with your own boss or defend against the enemy boss.
Yeah, but the problem is the boss of from the Crocodocs is pushing against the keep, and you really don't want to lose a second keep so early in the game.
Yeah, it's pushing against a half-dead keep at that. So, smart money says this keep is definitely going to fall.
Yeah, I totally agree, and the fort will take down the other boss from the Team Tiny Pool here, and so they don't really care about it. And pushing here is really the best option they can make. Close to level 16 now.
Absolutely. Any team will trade a fort for a keep any day of the week.
Yeah, definitely. And now Zeratul is going in here. Maybe we can see some of the combo now from Jaina. No, she doesn't combo it up.
One person's gone down. Arthur's out with the Syndragosa into the Ring of Frost. Had enough follow-up damage to take down the Tigers, but they lose their Malfurion and Jaina in the process.
And Burden is going down too, and the members of Crocodocs are so low right now, and Bradwing trying to keep every one of them alive, and they may be getting the Zeratul now, but yeah, they do.
Zeratul just clipped there by the magic.
And they're already taking some of the core damage, and maybe they can just end this game here.
Boss is going in on core, they're only one man down, a 4-man push. Could see the end of this game.
Yeah, already called GG. Yeah, and this will be the first game for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 2, Team Tiny Pool versus the Crocodocs. And the Crocodocs just took down the first map with a really, really great composition. Had a really good feeling for the map. Just did the rotations right and cleared the team of Team Tiny Pool. And yeah, the Crocodocs are banning ETC again here, like in the first game. And they didn't, they just don't want to deal with the ETC mosh pits, I think, or the stage dive. Or maybe they just want to deny some of the global pressure ETC can provide with a stage dive. I'm not sure about that.
Very common tactic I've seen is to have your ETC stage dive in and the Brightwing follow up with a phase shift. That way you get 2 heroes all the way across the map in literally a split second.
Yeah. And Team Tiny Pool banning again the force set. I think I have quite a deja vu right now.
Yeah, it's
and they're taking
no globals for anyone, I guess.
Yeah, and the Johanna again. So they're really wanting that Johanna here. Prioritizing her over the Mirrodin. And yeah, all the other heroes. Because yeah, first pick Johanna is not quite common, I would say.
Well, she's one of the most popular tanks in the game at the moment. She's got great peel, great sustain.
Yeah, definitely.
She lacks somewhat in the mobility department, so maybe that's something that the enemy team can exploit. Yeah,
and Team Tiny Pool is going again for the Mirrodin, but this time they taking the Brightwing. And yeah, I really like the adjustment, because on this map you really want to have some global pressure. If you can soak down a temple or just pushing down a lane, when other temples are up, it's just a really nice value for your team.
Absolutely. If you can push a minion wave into the towers and get to the objective quicker than the enemy team, then you're already in a good position.
Yeah, and the Crocodocs just swapping the healers here and taking the Malfurion and Liming again. So I think they're really going for their comfort picks right now.
Yeah, looks like so.
But why would you change the running system, I think?
Well, as they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But this is a different map, different objectives. You want to adjust as best you can.
Yeah, and
to
maybe
at least the known variables.
Yeah, maybe we see that in the second pick rotation, or maybe even in this in the band rotation right now. But let's see. They're going again for the same bands, but Team Tinypool is banning the Tigers here. Don't want to deal with him again. And yeah, he took down Arthurs and Muradin so fast, and Crocodocs don't want to deal with Zeratul either. So kind of a little bit of a target bans, maybe?
Yeah, quite possibly. There's a lot of roaming between lanes on this map, again, especially if you have two temples spawning at once. You don't want to get picked off by a stealth hero as you're making your way between them.
Yeah, and now we're seeing Team Tinypool going for the Tracer Tassadar composition. And yeah, it's a really, really strong combo. And let's see if this will work out for Team Tinypool. But meanwhile, the Crocodocs are taking the Lost Vikings and the Sylvanas.
Lost Vikings?
We haven't seen this in a while.
No, Lost Vikings, you can get a tremendous amount of value out of them on any 3-lane map. You have a Viking in each lane, soaking all the XP, and the rest of the team can rotate as a 4-man gank squad, getting the kills, also keeping the Vikings safe so they can maintain the soak.
Yeah, definitely, and I really like the pickup here, because with the Sylvanas you can just ignore some of the shrine phases, and yeah, just taking down some forts on your own with some Vikings pressure, because you're soaking every lane anyways. And yeah, they may be trying to just ignoring the objective here.
Yep, an unchecked Sylvanas can do just as much building damage as a temple on this map. So the enemy team will have to choose either between sending someone to go and counter push or just holding their ground at the objective and not risking.
Yeah, definitely. And Team Tinypool is going for the Gul'dan in the end. And I think it's a good pickup, because you can easily stack some of the corruptions if the Vikings will ever going to a 1 lane. But let's see if this works for them out, because the Horrify is really a very strong heroic.
It is. It can be an absolute game changer in most team fights, especially if the enemy team is grouped together. You send the entire team scattering in all directions, allowing you to effectively pick them off at your leisure.
All right, let's see if players are ready. Players are getting into the lobby right now.
You see Team Crocodocs going for a single assassin composition. You don't see many of those.
Yeah, I think Sylvanas can provide a very good hero damage if the enemy team is sticking together and you can spread your Shadow Dagger. But yeah, let's see if this works out for them, because they don't have this much burst damage like in the last comp.
No, not at all. Also, if Sylvanas can land a mind control if he takes it at level 10 on the enemy team's Tracer, that's pretty much, 1, a guaranteed kill, and 2, a lot of the damage for Team Tinypool will be coming out of their Tracer, so that could quite easily swing a team fight in their favor.
Yeah, and I'm quite want to know if the Tracer is going for the takedown quest, because you can take down easily some of the Vikings and you are getting a very good advantage of this talent then.
Absolutely. If Tracer picks Untouchable and Gul'dan takes the stacking quest on his corruption ability, they could have those maxed out or completed in remarkably short order. What I anticipate coming out from Team Tinypool as well is the Leeching Plasma, Leeching Rounds combination from Tassadar and Tracer.
Yeah, definitely.
Gives Tracer unprecedented sustain, especially against enemy heroes. Crocodocs could find this particularly difficult to deal with, although they do have the blinds on Johanna to mitigate practically all of that auto-attack damage for at least a couple of seconds, at which point Crocodocs will really have to focus fire and burst her down as quickly as they can.
Yeah, and the Johanna is getting really good value out of her blind if she hits the Tracer. Yeah, maybe Team Tinypool is lacking a little bit of damage, but yeah, we will see if they can work around it.
Another thing which may have been overlooked, actually, is the Muradin pick against the Lost Vikings. If Muradin does pick up healing static, it heals him for 5% of his maximum health for every enemy hero hit by his W ability. If he can hit all 3 Vikings and maybe another hero or 2, that'll grant him an incredible amount of sustain.
Yeah,
late game team
definitely. Fights. If the Vikings are going for a team fight, yeah, the Muradin should obviously take the talent just to make a little. But not quite sure if he really needs it, because you have Brightwing and Tessada, and they should keep you alive.
That is true. If you're a Muradin with a Brightwing and a Tessada by your side, there's no real reason why you can't survive pretty much anything.
Especially as a Muradin.
Well, yeah.
You're just walking out of every fight.
Yeah, well, leaping out most likely. But again, if Avatar comes out at level 10, that is some phenomenal levels of sustain coming out from Team Tiny Pool.
Alright, so the last player is restarting the game due to some connection issues. And we are gonna go in the match as soon as possible. Alright, game is starting. And again, this is game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Team Tiny Pool versus the Crocodocs, and the Crocodocs are leading with a 1-0. And yeah, for Team Tiny Pool, we have on the blue side Crisinho playing the Brightwing, Alfanda playing the Muradin, Hillswitch on Gul'dan, Marquis on Tessada, and Seraphine is playing the Tracer.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And over on the other side of the map, we have Shiny on the Lost Vikings. We have CM Kev on Li Ming, Amy Rio on Sylvanas, Miss Gunst on Malfurion, and Kodalek on Johanna.
And let's see what they are doing. And yeah, with Sylvanas you can just ignore the brawl in the middle and just going for the for one tower. But yeah, they don't have enough damage because they're only having a little Eric here. And yeah, they're backing off, and I think it was the right decision. Otherwise, maybe lose someone.
Very popular tactic. If you have a Sylvanas on your team, everyone rushes as a 5-man, hopefully get an early game tower, maybe 2. Looks like the enemy team was wise to it, and they've counter-pushed with authority.
Yeah, and already you can see that the Crocodocs are leading in XP because the rotation of Team Tiny Pool wasn't on point. And yeah, Brightwing has to go top now and Muradin in the middle. But yeah, the Crocodocs are pushing really hard here on the bottom lane. And I think it's the best decision, because in the second temple phase, you will have the temple on the bottom, and if you can snap out the fountain early, it's really, really huge value they can get.
Most definitely. Got Johanna, Li Ming, Malfurion contesting the middle temple.
Yeah, and Team Tiny Pool has to do something, either contesting the temple in the middle or pushing down the lanes, because yeah, the Crocodocs are getting huge value of all of the Vikings here and getting a huge XP lead. And they're going right now in and doing some pressure on the Sylvanas, but she can get them out.
That said, Team Tiny Pool are somewhat split. They've gone double support, but their main healer is soloing the top temple against the enemy team's Olaf.
Yeah, and truly Brightwing can do it against Olaf, but you're missing yeah, your main healer here. And wow, Tessada is so low. He just barely survives with like a 20 HP or something.
That was a bit of a nail biter for him, I'm sure.
Definitely. And we see someone
a disconnection, I think.
And yeah, pause the game here. Let's talk about the talents if we have some time here. The Vikings, of course, going for the bribe, and on this map you really want to have some of the camps here, and if you can contest enemy soft camp, you can definitely put out some value out of it. And going for the Mercenary Lord in addition, it really does a thing.
Yeah, you can get a lot of work done with the mercenary camps on this map. What with the objectives being sufficiently far from the lanes themselves, each team will have to make the decision of either defending against the mercenary push or contesting an objective, should both be active at the same time.
Yeah, and I think from the other heroes, you are not seeing such quite a surprise talent choice. Li Ming going for the Q build, I think, with the Force Armor and the Dominance.
Yeah, talents against a self-sustain here. There's not a huge amount of burst damage from the enemy team, but you have a lot of damage over time from the Gul'dan, and the Tracer can stick to anyone like glue. So you want to be able to make sure you can survive as much of that as you can.
Definitely, because most of the time you will rotate as a 4-man group, and yeah, if you can put down some sustain with a Li Ming, yeah, you can do it, of course.
Sylvanas going for the paralysis, increases the duration of her trait by 75%, buying her and her team even more time to push down enemy buildings, clear enemy waves, and to do it a lot safer as well before they reactivate and start attacking again.
Yeah, definitely.
Gone for Last Soul at level 4, reduces the cooldown of her Shadow Dagger ability on a W by 1.25 seconds each time it hits a hero. That synergizes really well with some other late game Shadow Dagger talents. We'll see if those get picked up as well.
Yeah, she probably should. Yeah, of course, you with the Gul'dan you go for Echoed Corruption for the quest talent to stack against Vikings, of course. Improved life tap, I really like the choice here, because Right Wing is not eager to heal you so often, because he's not really going to be there for you all the time, because you have to really split push.
Yeah, you want to provide yourself as much self-sustain as you can if you can't be with your team all the time. If you have Lost Vikings pushing every lane against you, then your team have no choice but to split and try and deal with that as best they can. Should you find yourself without a healer for an extended period of time, you want to be able to know that you can take care of yourself should the worst happen.
Yeah, definitely. But if Team Tinypool wants to make here the game, they definitely have to do something against the Vikings, I think.
Absolutely. Vikings will generally stay split in the early to mid game to soak as much XP as they can. If they group up in the late game, especially if they get to level 20 and pick up Fury of the Storm, they can push lanes and take over mercenary camps like no man's business.
All right.
Looks like we're back.
Yeah, and Gul'dan here goes down.
Caught slightly out of position. Did manage to get some value out of the temple.
Yeah, but Tracer's chasing down Sylvanas, and but it wasn't quite a little bit too late, because they lost the temple in the last second. And I think they got enough value, because they're taking down all the buildings here in front of the fort. Almost taking down the fountain. You really want to do it maybe later in the game, and as soon as possible, because if you take down the fountain of enemy team, you get a huge value.
Absolutely. What a lot of teams end up doing, especially when the bottom temple activates, is that they will poke in, see if they can maybe contest. If they have their healing fountain available to them, they can run back to it while the objective is still up.
Yeah, and here we see a really nice rotation from the Crocodocs, stealing away the soft camp from Team Tinypool, and they lose the Eric, but I think that is worth it.
Yeah. Vikings only grant 1/4 of the XP that a normal hero does when they die, but their death timers are the same as everyone else, so that's something that each team will need to bear in mind.
Yeah, and you have quite a little bit of advantage for the Crocodocs, slightly one level ahead, and they definitely want to push it further. And yeah, they're going for the top buildings here and taking down the fountain and maybe taking some pressure on the fort. But Mirrodin comes now in.
Only Brightwing defending initially, but Mirrodin has engaged by her side. Crocodocs perhaps looking to disengage at the moment. Bottom temple is spawning in 4 seconds. They want to get someone there pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I don't think that Eric, is can contest against the Gul'dan, but maybe they just want to get the fort. But Sylvanas is taking some pressure here, but Tracer is really, really down. And yeah, they take down the Brightwing here.
Brightwing caught out. Tracer is running for her life, misses the Calamity, but the magic missiles catch up.
Yeah, and she goes down also. And yeah, I think the Crocodocs just wanting to take down the fort here, and taking some value of it.
Still see the Vikings soaking every lane. We have Gul'dan occupying the bottom temple on his own. Using that life drain of his, he should be able to sustain through the Guardian damage. But he's choosing to disengage now before the enemy team rotates on him. See Eric moving in for a bit of a poke. But that's more than a harassing tactic.
Yeah, Gul'dan definitely wants to take the last shots here from the temple. Eric is moving in, I think, again. Yeah, he wants to do some damage to the Gul'dan, but yeah, he will take down the temple easily. Olaf is going down here, and yeah, we don't see actually the takedown talent for Tracer. She going instead for parting gift and the spatial echo. Now we see some engage here.
Yeah, Johanna just missed her Blessed Shield, but the following up Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas does take down Tracer once again.
Yeah, and Brightwing is
wave of
so
force
low.
coming out from leaving, scattering the enemy team. Gul'dan just about makes it out with his life.
Yeah,
Brightwing and Tassadar forced to disengage.
Could probably be a keep here for the Crocodocs.
That's it. They've got a 2-man advantage, effectively. Got the Tassadar shields on the buildings doing what they can.
Yeah, but they just want to disengage and play it safe. Both teams are now on their heroics, and yeah, the death timer, we are so early in the game, the death timer is not too high, and you can't really do so much value if you can tank down 2 heroes.
Crocodocs have taken the enemy team's siege giants, now moving on to the ones on the friendly side of the map.
They're checking the boss here and taking down the soft camps, and they're playing it a little bit safe, just wanting to wait for the next temple phase.
Seeing once again Brightwing defending the top lane solo, trying to de-push that as much as she can.
I think it's the best decision you can make, because Brightwing can jump on to the fight and every time.
Temple spawns in 10, but we have a Bruiser camp pushing the top lane.
Yeah, and Tracer is taking some heavy damage from the Calamity of the Ming.
Yeah, Blessed Shield connects.
And the Vikings are flanking them, and yeah, take down the Tracer here. Rider Dream goes down, takes down the Tassadar, and yeah, the team fights are really looking in favor of the Crocodocs here.
Yeah, Crocodocs in complete control right now. Mirrodin being forced to dwarf toss his way out of that whole mess. Got Eric and Baylog occupying the bottom temple.
Yeah, and Olaf is taking very nice value off the top. Then they have a hard camp pushing for them, and they will probably get both of the temples, and they are taking down the boss here, and they are really looking good for the Crocodocs here. Already the level 14 for them. And 2-level lead now, and yeah, it's looking like they're gonna be 3 levels ahead soon.
Yeah, Crocodocs still managing to maintain that bottom temple for now at least. They've also taken boss as well.
Yeah, they have a huge advantage now, taking both of the temples here. Not sure if it was a mistake on the bottom side. But Fear goes down here in the middle, taking out of the Johanna out of position, but can't really do many about it. Tracer goes down, but also does Sylvanas, and Whitewing is going down too.
Down, Moradin hanging on for dear life just then, but was taken out of the fight.
Yeah, if you lose,
disengaging.
Yeah, if you just lose one member of the team, yeah, Li Ming is gonna get those sweet resets, and yeah, it's just kind of a little bit of snowbally for your team fights. Because she can provide so much damage, especially with the Calamity.
See Johanna and Malfurion taking the enemy team's Siege Giants once again. Boss only just taken down, but not before the keep and the bottom lane fell.
Yeah, they're getting really nice value here, and it's a very early keep here, 10 minutes in the game. And maybe they want to contest the enemy's hard camp here. I'm not quite sure if they are too late, but it doesn't seem like they want to.
No, they're going to let that one go. They do have the Siege Giants now pushing into a lane with no keep, so if left unchecked, they will start doing core damage.
Yeah, but Tracer and Gul'dan are taking down the siege camp here, and the Crocodocs are not sure what they want to do here, but maybe they're doing some pressure here on the top lane and maybe getting some damage on the keep. And
Roots go down, caught Moradin.
Oh, very nice silence here from the
down by the enemy team. Tracer dead as well.
She just got blown up.
That focus fire was absolutely insane. Got Brightwing perhaps getting a little bit too close, but uses the blink kill to escape to Gul'dan.
Yeah, and they're gonna take down the second keep here, and yeah. Just to mention, we are just 12 minutes in the game here, and they already took down 2 keeps, and if they are not defending the temple on the bottom side, they're gonna probably lose the third keep here.
Most definitely. Crocodocs going for the mercenary camps on their side of the map, both the Siege Giants and the Bruisers. Might make them a little bit late to the objective, but we've got the Vikings on the way. And Team Tiny Paw are a little bit away as well.
And if the Bruiser camp is pushing down the top lane, yeah, they're going for the core. You have to defend it somehow.
Yeah, we see Brightwing still in the top lane, most likely defend against that Bruiser camp, but will be forced to teleport in.
Yeah, and the good thing about the Vikings is the Team Tiny Pool don't really know if there are more members of Crocodocs in the temple. And yeah, you just have to assume that it's not just only a Viking on the temple, so they had to back off. And yeah, they can't really do anything about the temple right now here.
No, they cannot. See Brightwing still defending against the Bruiser camp in the top lane.
Yeah, the only choice for them is now to get level 16 and yeah, do some crazy play.
Team Tiny Pool may have to go all out in the next team fight, because it looks like they're about to lose their last keep to this objective. And that is catapult spawning in all 3 lanes. This is going to be an incredibly hard situation for them to come back from.
Yeah, you have to defend now every single temple, and if we're telling about temples, if you lose another temple phase, you lose the game here.
Viking Bribery coming out to steal the enemy team Siege Giants once again.
Yeah, that's a really nice value you got from here, and yeah, the Vikings doing a phenomenal job here.
They are doing a ton of work right now. So the Vikings grouping up now. Olaf going in with a stun on Tracer, but she was able to recall before being completely bursted down. See Moradin going in deep, hit by the Wailing Arrow of Sylvanas.
And a really nice fear here, you hitting every one of the members of the Crocodocs, but Gul'dan now gets a really nice value, and they are so low, and the Vikings will fall here, but the resets are kicking in for Li Ming, and now they are on the hunt and wanting to take down here every member of Team Tiny Pool.
Yeah, only Tassadar left now for Team Tiny.
Oh, and the Malfurion is going very low here. Yeah, that
Okay. Crocodocs going for boss, because when you're 3 players up, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely, and they're only losing some of the Vikings here, and yeah, the Vikings just can do the play again, and they are free again. And
Yeah,
now you can see a boss is pushing down to your core, and yeah, the Crocodocs will take the level 20 talent here.
Yeah, we have a boss, we have catapults, and we have both siege giant camps.
And don't forget the temples here. The Vikings are taking both of the temples. Yeah. It should be, yeah, you can't really defend this. It's quite impossible. I think Johanna is taking some huge damage. Li Ming just took out the Tracer with the Calamity. Muradin also will fall here, and yeah, you're now 3 members left. Yeah, it's just quite a little bit of a stomp here.
Yeah, that was decisive, shall we say.
It was brutal, yeah.